The internet just exploded and Hailey Bieber is at the center of it all, with her wedding ring playing the lead role in what might be the messiest celebrity drama we've seen in months. If you love celebrity tea and chaos that keeps you glued to your screen, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we're diving deep into this wild ride, and trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next. So here's what went down, and it's absolutely insane. Hailey Bieber was spotted in New York City, and she made sure everyone, and I mean everyone, knew that her wedding ring was nowhere to be found on her finger. This wasn't some subtle moment where people had to squint and zoom in to notice something was off. No, Hailey went full theatrical mode with this one. She was waving her hands around like she was directing traffic in Times Square during rush hour. Every single movement was calculated to make sure the cameras caught her bare ring finger. She was gesturing so much that people started comparing her to a street performer. The woman was out there looking like she was auditioning for a Broadway show with the way she was making sure that hand was front and center in every single shot. Now let me paint the picture for you, because this was not an accident. Hailey got out of her car in the middle of Manhattan, one of the most photographed cities in the world, and she started doing everything possible to showcase that missing ring. People on social media immediately started making jokes about how obvious she was being. Some said she looked like she was doing dance moves from decades past. Others said she reminded them of those mime performers you see in tourist areas. The point is, there was absolutely no way this was coincidental. When you're a celebrity of her caliber, you know exactly when cameras are on you, and you know exactly what message you're sending when you make movements that deliberate. The internet went absolutely crazy within minutes of these photos hitting social media. Everyone had an opinion, and the speculation started flying faster than anyone could keep up with. Was this the end of the Bieber marriage? Were we witnessing the beginning of a very public split? The comment sections across every platform were on fire with people analyzing every single detail of those New York City photos. Some people felt bad for her, others thought she was being messy on purpose, and then there were those who were just here for the entertainment value of it all. The thing about celebrity culture is that people become invested in these relationships whether the celebrities want them to or not, and the Biebers have always had an audience that watches their every move. But then just when everyone thought they had the situation figured out, Hailey pulled a complete reversal that left people even more confused than before. Hours after being photographed without her wedding ring, after the internet had already run wild with divorce speculation and theories about what was happening behind closed doors, Hailey posted something to her Instagram stories that made everyone hit pause. She posted a photo of herself wearing her wedding ring. Just like that, the ring was back on her finger, and she was seemingly shutting down all the rumors that had spent the entire morning spreading like wildfire across social media. The timing was so deliberate that it felt like she was directly responding to everything being said online. This is where things get really interesting, because the pattern here tells a story all on its own. This isn't the first time the Biebers have been at the center of speculation about their relationship. People have been watching them closely for years now, dissecting their social media posts, analyzing their body language in paparazzi photos, and creating narratives about what might be happening when the cameras aren't around. The thing is, both Justin and Hailey seem to be very aware of this attention, and sometimes it feels like they're playing into it rather than trying to avoid it. They know that every single thing they do becomes a headline. They know that taking off a ring will cause chaos, and putting it back on will cause even more discussion. Justin himself added fuel to the fire with his own social media activity around the same time. He posted to his Instagram stories with a photo that showed him looking pretty serious, almost grumpy, and he added some emojis that seemed cryptic to everyone trying to decode what was happening. The message seemed to be about not letting people bring him down and living his best life regardless of what anyone was saying. But the timing of this post, coming right in the middle of all the ring drama with Hailey, made people wonder if these two were sending messages to each other through social media, or if they were both just addressing the public in their own ways. What makes this whole situation so captivating is how public it all is. Most couples, especially celebrity couples, try to keep their relationship struggles private. They might release a joint statement through their representatives, or they simply stay quiet until things blow over. But the Biebers seem to be taking a completely different approach. They're out here in real time, creating content that they know will be analyzed and discussed. Hailey takes the ring off in one of the most photographed cities in America, making exaggerated gestures to ensure everyone notices. Then she puts it back on and posts about it within hours. Meanwhile, Justin is posting cryptic messages on his own platform. It's like watching a tennis match where both players are hitting the ball back and forth, except the entire world is sitting in the stands watching and commentating. Some people think this is all strategic. They believe that Hailey and Justin are intentionally creating drama because it keeps them relevant and keeps people talking about them. In the world of celebrity culture, attention equals currency. The more people are discussing you, the more valuable you become for brand deals, the more your social media following grows, and the more power you have in the entertainment industry. There have been famous couples in the past who built their entire brands around being dramatic and controversial. They understood that controversy and speculation drive engagement, and they leaned into it completely, creating storylines that kept tabloids and gossip sites obsessed with them for years. Other people think this isn't strategy at all, but rather two people who are genuinely going through something difficult in their relationship and handling it in a very modern and very public way. Maybe they're hurt and they're lashing out at each other through the tools they have available, which happen to be massive social media platforms and guaranteed paparazzi attention. Maybe the ring coming on and off isn't about sending messages to the public, but about sending messages to each other. Maybe Justin's cryptic posts aren't about his fans, but about Hailey. When you're in a relationship that exists under such intense scrutiny, the lines between public and private become incredibly blurred. What might seem like attention-seeking behavior to outsiders could actually be genuine emotional responses happening in real time. The media has been absolutely eating this up and running with every single detail. Headlines appeared immediately after the ringless photo surfaced, and then new headlines appeared when she posted the photo with the ring back on. Entertainment news sites, celebrity gossip platforms, and social media accounts dedicated to celebrity news have all been covering this extensively. Each new development gets its own article, its own discussion thread, its own TikTok videos, and Instagram posts. The Biebers have essentially become a storyline that people are following like a television show, waiting for the next episode to drop and see what happens next in this ongoing saga. What's particularly fascinating is how this kind of situation feeds itself. The more attention these moments get, the more paparazzi are incentivized to follow Hailey around looking for the next ring sighting. Entertainment reporters are now probably checking her Instagram stories more frequently than ever, waiting to see what she posts next. Every time she steps outside, there will be cameras trained on her hands specifically to see if that ring is present or absent. She has essentially turned her wedding ring into one of the most watched accessories in celebrity culture right now. Every appearance becomes an opportunity for speculation, and every social media post becomes a potential clue about the state of her marriage. Justin's role in all of this cannot be overlooked either. While Hailey was making waves with the ring situation, Justin has had his own moments that have kept people talking. His social media activity has been notably different lately, with posts that seem more emotional or cryptic than usual. He's been photographed by paparazzi looking less than thrilled to be in front of cameras, and his responses to questions about his relationship have been minimal or non-existent. This contrast between his behavior and Hailey's more overt ring gestures creates an interesting dynamic that people are trying to understand. Are they on the same page about how to handle public scrutiny, or are they dealing with it in completely different ways that might actually be making things worse? The situation also raises bigger questions about celebrity culture and our role as consumers of this content. Why are we so invested in whether or not someone is wearing their wedding ring? Why do we analyze every gesture, every post, every photo looking for clues about relationships that don't actually involve us? The answer is complicated and involves everything from our natural curiosity about other people's lives to the way celebrity culture has been packaged and sold to us as entertainment. We've been trained to care about these moments, to have opinions about celebrity relationships, and to engage with this content by liking, commenting, and sharing. The celebrities benefit from the attention, the media companies benefit from the clicks and views, and we get the entertainment value of following along with the drama. But there's also something slightly uncomfortable about it when you really think about it. These are real people with real feelings dealing with real relationship issues, and we're all sitting here dissecting their every move for entertainment. Even if they're participating in it willingly or even strategically, there's still a human element that gets lost sometimes in all the speculation and gossip. Marriages are complicated under the best circumstances, and adding millions of people watching and commenting probably doesn't make anything easier. Whether the Biebers are handling this well or poorly is up for debate, but what's certain is that they're handling it publicly in a way that's almost unprecedented in terms of how real-time and interactive it feels. The back and forth nature of this particular incident is what makes it stand out from other celebrity relationship drama. It's not just one report that we read about and then move on from. It's an unfolding story, with new chapters being added constantly. Ring off in the morning, ring back on by afternoon. Cryptic posts from Justin, more speculation, more analysis. It's designed, whether intentionally or not, to keep people checking back in to see what happened next. Did she take it off again? Did Justin post anything new? Are there more paparazzi photos? This constant state of development keeps the story alive much longer than a traditional celebrity news cycle would typically sustain a single story. Looking at the bigger picture of their relationship, this isn't happening in a vacuum. The Biebers have been subject to intense public scrutiny since before they even got married. Their relationship timeline, their wedding, their social media presence, everything has been documented and discussed extensively. They've had periods where they seemed blissfully happy and shared that happiness openly, and they've had periods where they've been more private or where people have speculated about problems. This ring incident is just the latest chapter in a much longer story that people have been following for years now. For longtime observers of celebrity culture, this feels like a particularly dramatic episode in an ongoing series. What happens next is anybody's guess, and that's part of what makes this so compelling. Will the ring stay on? Will there be another incident that sparks more speculation? Will one or both of them address this directly in an interview or a more detailed social media post? Or will they let the speculation die down naturally and move on to the next news cycle? The unpredictability is part of the appeal. Unlike scripted entertainment where we know there will be a resolution eventually, real celebrity drama doesn't follow a predetermined plot. Anything could happen, and we won't know until it does. If you made it this far, you're clearly someone who loves a good celebrity story and appreciates diving deep into the drama that keeps social media buzzing. This channel is all about breaking down the biggest moments in pop culture and giving you all the details you need to stay in the loop. Make sure you're subscribed so you never miss out when the next big story drops, because in celebrity world, there's always something wild happening just around the corner, and you'll want to be here when we cover it.